Okay, so we discuss about the taxes. Now we will discuss about the grants. Okay, I hope you know the meaning of grants. So there is a difference between grant and loan. Loan means we need to repay. Grant means it is for a specific purpose, development. Either it is a infrastructure development or welfare development, whatever it is, right? So the grant money should not be returned back. Loan money, it has to return along with the interest. So that is a basic difference between grant and loan. Okay, so there is a grant also in our constitution. Okay, certain grants are there. That grant can be issued by the central government as well as the state government. Okay, three types of grants are there. Under Article 275, there is a statutory grant. What is that? Under Article 275, it gives power to the Parliament to make the grant to the states. Whenever the state are in need of a financial assistance, at that time, Parliament can make statutory grant to those states. Not to each and every state. That states which are having a financial crisis. You are understanding? The state which is having a financial need, financial assistance, the state which is suffering a financial crisis. For that state, Parliament can grant the statutory grant. Okay, but remember, this is not for each and every state. Plus, the amount of grant is different for a different states. For example, if the Karnataka government need a financial grant and Sikkim state government need a financial grant, so amount cannot be same. Don't you think so? Do you think the amount will be same? No. Why? Because Sikkim is small state and Karnataka is very large compared to Sikkim. So here, if you observe, this grant can be given to the states which are there in financial need or financial crisis, not to every state. First thing. Second, the amount of grant is different for state to states. And the amount for this grant are taken from Consolidated Fund of India. We already discussed, na? Consolidated Fund of India, Contingency Fund of India, Public Accounts of India. Right. So this amount of this grant will be taken from the Consolidated Fund of India. But apart from this general grant, apart from the general purpose under the statutory grant, okay, central government, constitution only, in constitution it is mentioned that central government or Parliament can also give grant to the state government. For what purpose? For the welfare of the scheduled tribes and the scheduled area. We will discuss. In India we have a tribal area as well as the scheduled area. Alright, so in constitution under Article 275 it is clearly mentioned that apart from the financial assistance, okay, the Parliament can also provide the grants to the state for the promotion or welfare of the scheduled tribes and scheduled area in the states. Right. So here if you observe, the statutory grants are for both general purpose as well as the specific purpose. Okay, general purpose financial assistance, specific purpose for promoting and welfare of what? Scheduled tribes and scheduled area. Okay, and this grant will be given on the recommendation of Finance Commission. Got it. Simply central government won't give grant. This grant will be given to the state only on the recommendation of Finance Commission. So this is about statutory grant. Then one more grant is there, that is in Article 282 it is mentioned that both central government as well as the state government can give grant or can make grant for any public purpose, for any specific public purpose. Okay, here it is not mentioned what is that purpose, financial assistance or those things, it is not mentioned. Like there it is, they mention in 275 statutory grant. Here under Article 282 it is clearly mentioned that central government and state government can make the grant for any public purpose, even though that public purpose is not under their jurisdiction or under their power. No problem, they can give the grant, they can grant it. Okay, so under this article only, central government will give grant to the state government. And why it is called discretionary grant means, you know, it is totally depends upon the central and state whether to give or not to give. That's all. Whether to give or not to give. It is not obligation. Obligation was there in 275 statutory, but here there is no such obligation. It is totally a discretionary. Okay, and this grant will give by the central government to the state government for two purposes generally. What were the two purposes? So that state can have a financial stability. That means whatever the planning of the state, that should be financed properly. And apart from that, the relationship between the central government and the state government, finance relation should be smooth. So that state will help the central government for the implementation of national plans. You are understanding? See, in this grant, what is happening? Central government is giving the grant to the state government. Why? State government plan can be successfully implemented in financial matter. First thing. Second thing, state should also help to the central government to implement the national plans, but not in terms of finance. Okay, so these are the two purposes. Here if you observe, central government has given more discretionary grant to the state government compared to the statutory grant. Okay, discretionary, na? So whenever central government one party, state government same party, like we have Uttar Pradesh, central BJP, what do you call this, Uttar Pradesh BJP, so they can give, right? What, ma'am? Andhra Pradesh is alliance is there, so they can give special grant. Andhra, they are getting the grants from the central government, discretionary grant only. Okay, and next we have other grants. So specific name is not mentioned. Okay, rather than this grant for the developing purpose, it should be for a specific purpose. Rather than discretionary, rather than financial assistance, it should be this grant in it should be for a specific purpose, and this is a temporary grant. So based upon this provision, central government has made a grant. Central government has given a grant to whom? To Assam, Bihar, Odisha and West Bengal. For what purpose? For export in the lieu of export duty on jute and jute product. See, simple. These four states are there, right, which is famous for jute production in India, and they want to export the jute. So for that, price should be less. Don't you think so? Right. So central government given the grant to them. Okay. So obviously the price will be less, and if price is less, then export will boost. That is only generally country do, right? Why we are importing more from China? Right, China is dumping. Anyway, in economy, you'll learn anti-dumping duty, countervailing duty, those things. So that in other grants, government has given this grant. But these grants are for 10 years from the commencement of the constitution. And these grants are charged on Consolidated Fund of India, and that grant should be given on the recommendation of Finance Commission. Okay, so three grants: statutory,